Okay guys, let's make this detachable keyhole brows. So here I've gone ahead to draw out my basic pattern. So go ahead and draw out your basic pattern. And I'm using 3.5 for the depth of this neckline, and I'm using 3 inches for the wideness of my neck. All right, so now I'll come to the armhole area and I'm going to go down by 2 inches. That will be the length of these brows. Okay, so I'll go to my neckline and I'm going to come down by 2 inches, using 2 inches for each. So I'm going to use my curve rule right now to trace out that shape that we want for the keyhole. So I'll use my ruler and I trace it out already. Because I want to use this pattern for both the back and the front, I'm going to be using my ruler and draw a straight line from that place I marked 2 inches from my armhole depth, and I'm going to use my scissors to cut it out. All right, so before I'm going to cut out for the front, let's use this pattern to cut out for the back. So I've gone ahead to leave 1.5 inches for zipper allowance, because you cannot wear this particular top without a zipper. All right, so now let's cut out our armhole. So I'm giving a space of 1/2 inch for the joining, and from my pattern I've already added an allowance, so that is why I'm not adding any 1/2 inch there. Okay, please turn on the notification bell and subscribe to the channel, please, so that you can be notified. For the depth of this neckline of the back, I'm going to be using 1.5, and I'm going to trace it like that. I don't want it to be the same with the front, so the back will be upper. It will go up than the front, so I'm going to just cut it out, as you can see. And I'm not cutting directly at the place I marked. I gave like 1/2 inch while cutting. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and cut out my armhole. So I'm cutting my armhole right away. Okay guys, so I'll go ahead and unpin the pattern, and I'm going to open up the zipper allowances. So I'm opening the zipper allowances. So now we are done with the front pattern already, so let's cut out for the front. While cutting out, I leave an like 1/2 inch there for the joining of the front. So this is our front and this is how it looks. Hope you are understanding what we are doing by now. So let's go and cut our front pattern. So guys, arrange it properly. No need of leaving any zipper allowance, because there is no zipper allowance in the front, as we know. Go ahead and pin if you need to pin, so that you can be able to cut well. So I'm going ahead to pin it down so that I'll be able to cut very properly. So no need of adding any allowances while cutting, because I've done that in the pattern while cutting the pattern. So guys, if you want to make this style, you will need about 2 yards of material to make this style. So for the front, I'm going to be leaving 1/2 inch for the front, for the neckline, so that I can use that part to join. But for the armhole that I'm cutting right away, there will be no allowances from my armhole area. So we are done cutting both the front and the back pattern, and here is our front and our back pattern. Our patterns are ready, we are done. So we are going into the process of sewing. And remember, also go ahead and cut out your lining also for this particular project. So right here I'm trying to show you how it will look like. So this is the front and this is the back. All right, before we continue, let's go ahead and draft your sleeve pattern. If you don't know how to draft your sleeve pattern, you want to learn, I'll leave the description box, the 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 link for you on the description box, so that you can go ahead and know how to draft it. So here I'm trying to divide my sleeve that I've drafted into three, although there is no any measurement of dividing it. You can go ahead and divide it into equal parts, but I just divided it and I use my scissors to cut it. I'm not going to be cutting all. I'll just stop a little bit at the front because I don't want my armhole to be affected. So I'll go ahead and number one, two, and three, so I'll not be confused and for you to understand properly. So I'll go ahead and cut the other line. I'm trying to do split method here because the sleeve is gonna be somehow big, even though the material I'm using is not so big, but I don't want it to be a straight hand sleeve for this top. If you want yours to be straight, you can go ahead and make it straight. So here I'm done splitting it, so I leave about 3 inches in the gap between the second and the third. These two sides I leave about 3 inches at that side. So I've gone ahead to cut my sleeves. So what I did here is that I went to my machine, I joined my shoulder for my lining. This is my lining. This is how I usually turn my brows sometimes. This is a very small brow, so I decided to use this way to do it. I join my lining, both the front and the back of the lining, and I repeat the same process for this my material. I also join only the shoulders of the front and the back. So this is how I'm going to do it. So here, just watch and see how I'll arrange it. So arrange it front side facing front. So I'm trying to arrange my line. This is the front of the lining that I'm using. So I'll also arrange this material that I'm using front side facing front. Alright, arrange it front side, arrange it properly, very well, front facing front. Then go ahead and hold that place in place if you want, or when you get to your machine you hold it. So arrange it well. So I'm not done arranging it, so I'm trying to arrange it so well so that you understand what I am doing. Arrange it very well, make sure that the both of them are well placed because we are going to be stitching them together. Alright, so I'm trying to arrange it here. So this is how I'm going to be leaving only the armhole line open, but every other thing will be sewed, even the neck area, the zipper allowance, everything will be sewed. So let me go to the machine and sew it and show you how what I mean, because you may not understand. So you just take it to your machine and sew it. So just watch and see what I did here. Okay guys, so I've gone to the machine and I've sewn it. I sewed like this straight also to that side, even though side the only part that is remaining is just this armhole part, just the armhole part. I'll be turning it from that part. So just turn it. That armhole part that is open is for you to turn it. That is the simplest way to get your blouse ready. Turn the other side, turn the front also, bring out the back from the front, like turn it so properly. When you do it correctly, you see what I'm saying. So when you do it for the other side, you also turn for the other side, turn it very well. So when you are done turning, this is how it will look like. You see, it's now showing the shape. You may not understand it, it will look so well, it will look so bad here, as if it's not what you are thinking, as if you are not doing it properly, but watch carefully and you understand. So I'm gonna ahead to add my zipper to the brows. Okay, so now you understand what we are doing here. So this is how the top supposed to be looking like. Okay, once I added my zip, because I told you that this particular blouse cannot be worn without the zipper at the back. Okay, so I'm trying to arrange it so that you see. When I notice that my back is the back armhole is more bigger than this, so I went ahead and cut it off. So what you see now, they're not equal. So what I'm going to do here is now to mark my bust circumference divided by 2, and mark it so that you know where you are joining from. Mark your bust div- bust circumference divided by 2, mark it on both sides, mark your allowances. When you once you shake your bust circumference divided by 2, any allowances that is remaining, just mark it and know that that is where you're going to join. So before we join the side that we have marked, first of all we attach our sleeve. We are gone ahead to turn this sleeve with bias because I'm not using lining for the sleeve. So now I'm going to be attaching the sleeve on both sides, this for this the other one for its own side. So I'm going to go to the machine now and attach this sleeve for you to see what I mean before joining this part that I just measured the other time. All right, okay, so I've gone to the machine and I've joined my sleeve. So this is what I mean. See, I've not joined that side already. I first of all join my sleeve, so you can see our sleeve is being joined. So now we just turn it to the back, turn it like this, let the front side face each other, arrange your sleeve so that we can be able to sew. Now what we're going to do is to join like this, join it to the sleeve side, arrange the other side also, arrange it properly. Once you arrange it properly, you also go ahead and join your sleeve together. Go ahead and join it. You can also take your tape again and measure to be sure. Measure your bust circumference divide by 2. Measure your bust circumference divide by 2 and mark your allowances. Mark your allowances on both sides, then you join. So I'm done joining it now. Okay, you see our blouse is forming already. This is our blouse and is even ready here. The blouse is ready. So this is how it will look like. If you do it properly, it will look like this. It's very simple. I don't know what to call this. I don't know whatever name you want to call this blouse, you can call it keyhole style. So this is me putting it on, although this is not the perfect gown for it, but I'm going to buy a better one that will bring out the beauty of the top. So I really love how it's formed. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video. Bye, love you.